From Ottawa is Paul Samson. He's the president of the Centre for International Governance Innovation, which is at the forefront of shaping international policy discussions, and he's a former G20 Working Group co-chair. Welcome. Thanks so much for being with us. So I just want to get firstly to, I guess, the person who has dominated and in some regards sort of derailed the coverage in the lead up to the G20, Donald Trump. Do you believe that his absence does undermine the credibility of the summit?
Hello, thanks for having me. Yes, I think there's a significant issue here. There will be 5 leaders that aren't there, but Donald Trump won't be there, nor will he have a senior person replacing him. So essentially the U.S. chair is empty, which is different than just having, somebody else replacing you. Also, the United States is saying they don't want to see a declaration or leaders document coming out of this. And I think that's quite significant that they're trying to push for, kind of an illegitimate summit outside.
And so with that in mind, Paul, with the biggest players, I should say, because there certainly are still some very big players there, with the biggest players not there, how does that affect the rest of the members' ability to make headway on some of those pressing issues?
The work still goes on, as your correspondent was just saying, that they will talk about the Sustainable Development Goals, they'll talk about energy transition, they'll talk about the issues that they were planning to talk about, but will they make any kind of progress on those? Will they issue any kind of joint commitment? That's where it gets softer, right? In the absence of President Trump, President Xi, some of the other leaders, the outcomes are softened, and if the Americans really try to prevent a declaration, then of course it's even softer than a normal G20.
And I mean, how frustrating is that really, given how much that does undermine things for South Africa being, of course, the first summit to be held on African soil? I mean, is that a huge frustration for them, or do you think there will be able to still be some progress made on those issues are huge for the global South, things like climate change, transition to clean energy?
Yes, so I think they are very frustrated, but they're walking a tightrope here, right, because of the political fight between the U.S. and South Africa. And of course, the United States is taking over the G20 presidency in a matter of weeks. They take it over in December before having it during the next year. The good news of that would be that the U.S. signals that they want to do something next year on the G20. So this seems to be really about a fight with the U.S. and South Africa, but it's spilled over to hurt the G20 momentum, and I think there's a lot of disappointment around that.
And I noted that Jeffrey Sachs today saying we should all send, this is a quote from him, saying we should all send a big thanks to Trump for not being here and saying that his absence will improve the quality of the meeting. What do you make of that statement? Do you think that's an attitude the global community perhaps needs more of, not waiting on Trump's every whim?
Well, to me, the reality is the G20 is the G20. There's no replacement countries, right? And when you take out the biggest country, you could have a G19 statement on something, but is that really going to solve or move forward a global issue? Not clear to me that that's going to be possible. So the reality is the G20 is the G20. I don't see anything beyond a short win at a meeting where people said, yeah, we all 19 leaders agreed on this, but realistically you need the 20 and certainly the largest ones there to be part of any solution.
Okay, Paul Samson, President of the Centre of International Governance Innovation, thank you so much for your time with us tonight.
Thank you.